Hello everyone out there. You're welcome to Literature Hub 247, your free online literature class. This video is about an African novel titled Redemption Road, written by Elma Shaw. Earlier on this platform, we discussed the plot summary of this novel. We've also discussed chapters 1 to 4 of Redemption Road. This is chapters 5 and 6. So, if you need the link to any of those videos, you can send your message through the comment section and I will send the links to you. Let's go into the classroom. Before we proceed, in chapter 4 of this novel, we've discussed the counseling session that Bendu organized for the war survivors, that is the 3 war survivors in Liberia, that is Tene, Josephine, and Rosetta. We also discussed how Bendu saw Commander Cobra in the town, and this gives her a lot of emotional problem that she's having nightmare. This is chapter 5 of the novel. Bendu has another nightmare, again dreaming about Duluma. Duluma is the camp where Bendu is captured. She's jogging with other women from her room with heavy rivals with them along the bush path. You remember, they have been trained as combatants. That is, those that capture them are training them as combatants. Their leaders drill them along the path and hurt them before reaching the house. Commander Cobra acknowledged their salutes. He orders them into the house afterward. Inside the house are about a dozen naked men, lightly gagged and huddled together. A beheaded man with his head lies there with the knives and cutlasses used to kill him. There is blood everywhere, on the walls, chairs, and faces of the people closest to him. Commander Cobra orders Bendu and other women to pick up the bloody weapons. He says the women are going to execute the men he refers to as the prisoners of war, and that he will teach them how to do it. The men on the ground are moaning and wriggling to free themselves. When they hear this, Cobra singles out a man that his skull belongs to him. That is, when the man is killed, the skull of the man belongs to him. The man is brought out and Cobra slaughters him. Blood gushes out and splashes on Bendu's body. After the nightmare, Bendu is shivering and terrified as she experiences it the day it happened. She goes to the bathroom to wash her face. Remember, she's only having a nightmare. That is what happened when she was in Duluma. She looks at her face in the mirror with the bright moonlight. She feels sick and realizes that she has missed a day of work. The sight of Commander Cobra weakens her as the memory of the war is brought back. So she has missed a complete day of work. As she goes back to her room, she hears a knock at the gate. She entertains fear whether it is Cobra. She later discovers that it is Agnes, and she breathes a sigh of relief and opens the door. I think you remember Agnes. That is the lady that works with her at the PIP, that is her NGO. Agnes asks Bendu why she didn't come to work, as everybody is worried. Bendu opens up that she's confused and feels sick. She tells her that she saw the commander from the war in town. Bendu has been staying in darkness, and Agnes asks for a lantern and light it. In response to Agnes' questions, Bendu says she saw the man 2 days ago. She says Commander Cobra is the one that captured her. Agnes asks whether the man saw her, and she replies that she's not sure. Agnes asks if she's afraid of running into him. She then promises to come in the morning and pick her up with a taxi. Agnes advises her to have rest, as she can never forget what happened. Bendu kept on asking herself questions on the bed that night. Where was Cobra in town? And was he with the rebels terrorizing in Lower County? What would she do if she saw him again? Agnes' statement that she could never forget what happened keeps on ringing in her brain. All these are rhetorical questions. She agrees that she doesn't erase the event, but will she pretend it didn't happen? As different thoughts go on in her brain, she slips off when the midnight rain starts. That is chapter 5. Now chapter 6. Bendu is already dressed when Agnes rings at her door at 8 a.m. She opens his door with a smile, and Agnes is surprised. She sees a different person in her. That is, her mood has changed from the previous night. Bendu admits that she's a different person because she's determined to prosecute Commander Cobra for war crimes. As they go and join the taxi Agnes chartered, Agnes tells her that it is going to be impossible. This annoys Bendu, and Agnes explains that she's only trying to help her. She says she has told Calvin and Seattle to help also. To the amazement of Bendu, Calvin and Seattle are already waiting, sitting in the waiting area. She toss in annoyance to Agnes, and the latter advises her to allow them to help her. Seattle is annoyed with Bendu's response to them and wants to leave, but Calvin holds her back that Bendu needs them. Bendu then directs her annoyance to Calvin, who holds her until she calms down. They later settle in Bendu's office, where Calvin asks her questions about Commander Cobra. Bendu could not provide any information about Cobra. She says she was overtaken by fear when she saw Cobra. Hence, she could not gather anything about him. Calvin suggests that the important thing is to arrange security for her to protect her. He also promises to get a phone for her that day. Bendu says that Cobra is not looking for her, but they must find her and they must find him and bring him to justice. That is making a reference to Cobra there, that they must find Cobra and bring Cobra to justice. But it's sure that the man is not looking for him. She's not even sure whether Cobra saw her that day or not. She's not sure. Agnes tells Calvin and Seattle that she has told her that it is not possible, but Bendu didn't listen to her. Seattle responds that Bendu might be right. She says she doesn't know how they allowed the hoodlums to rape and kill them for years. That is, she's making reference to the war period, but she was not there that time. Agnes responds in annoyance that she will not understand since they ran away to America. Seattle insists that she will stand up and fight for her rights. Calvin stops the agitation between Agnes and Seattle. He says security is not the first option until the man knows Bendu is looking for him. Seattle suggests drawing his picture, but Calvin condemns it. He thereby promises to find him and warns him not to play any foolish game with him, or else he will deal with him. Seattle asks Calvin if Cobra has any connection with the death of Benji. He replies that everything is about Benji, quote unquote. Seattle explains to Agnes that Calvin sees Benji's killer in every army officer. That is, any army officer that Calvin sees, see them as the killer of Benji. Benji is Bendu's brother. He's a friend to Calvin. Calvin then explains that it's not exactly true. He explains how he watched the warriors killing their family and friends in 1980. He says he was too young to do anything then and will not allow it again. Agnes says if that is why you want to find Cobra, it is not a good thing. Calvin replied that she doesn't know what Bendu passed through under Cobra. Agnes then wants them to be Gale. So that is chapter 5 and 6 of Redemption Road. So if you are just joining us, please click on the subscribe button so that you'll be part of us, and the bell icon so that you'll be notified whenever any video is produced. You are free to share our video for any social media platform. Invite your friends to join us. If you have any question, just use the comment section to send your question. I need any link to any of our videos, just make your request. And teachers in the house, I will also advise that you introduce the students to this platform, because it's going to be a lot of help to the students and to even ease your own work in the classroom. Thank you. Best of luck.